Hello guys, welcome back to Tina Do Children Law Update family. Thank you all so much for pulling up and supporting this channel. You are all amazing. We're here today to talk about the role of the LADO. You say, what is the LADO? LADO, the Local Authority Designated Officer, and how this is relevant to your child. And if you work in an organization which works with children in the UK, then please come along with me. Let us dive in and discuss the issues. The role of the LADO, or as I said earlier, the Local Authority Designated Officer, in the UK is set out in the Working Together to Safeguard Children 2018 from Chapter 2, Paragraph 4, and it is governed by the Local Authority's duties under Section 11 of the Children Act 2004. The officer, LADO, is responsible for managing allegations against adults who work with children. This involves working with police, children's social care, employers, and other relevant professionals. The LADO does not conduct investigations directly, but rather oversees and directs them to ensure thoroughness, timeliness, and fairness. Ordinarily, to ensure impartiality, the LADO will not have direct contact with the adult against whom the allegation has been made, or the family of the child or children involved, but will, as part of their role, ensure that these have information regarding outcomes. Yes, this discussion is on how the LADO manages its role and the allegations made against people who work with children who are paid, and it doesn't matter whether they're paid or unpaid, who are paid or unpaid. They can be volunteers, they can be casual staff, and they can be agency staff, or anyone who is even self-employed. The LADO must be contacted within one working day in respect of all cases in which it is alleged that a person who works with children has done the following, and I'm going to list about 7 or 8 points. Number 1, behaved in a way that has harmed a child or may have harmed a child. Number 2, possibly committed a criminal offense against or related to a child. And while we're on the subject of criminal offense committed against a child, please note that I have done a video of all the crimes that can be committed against a child in the United Kingdom. I may put it on the link somewhere on the right or on the left of this video. So, as we were saying, the LADO must be contacted within one working day, and I've mentioned one of the allegations. So number 1, where a person behaved in a way that's harmed a child or may have harmed a child. Number 2, I mentioned possibly, a person may have possibly committed a criminal offense against or related to a child. Please see my video on crimes against children. And also a person who may have behaved towards a child or children in a way that indicates that they may pose a risk of harm to children. Again, I've done a video that deals with risk of harm to children. If you scroll through my videos, you'll see it is section 1-2 threshold, and you can look at that video to see what may be considered a risk of harm to a child. Then, a person who behaved or may have behaved in a way that indicates that they may not be suitable to work with children. This is a very big ambit which would require someone to look into the allegation which would make this person unsuitable to work with children. Also, I don't know whether it's number 4 or 5 or 6, someone who has behaved in a way in their personal life, now this is not professional life, in their personal life that raises safeguarding concerns. These concerns do not have to directly relate to a specific child. It's quite important to know that a person's personal life may come under scrutiny if that person works with children. Also, if someone behaved in a way in their if a parent, if as a parent or carer has a child that has become subject to child protection procedure. In other words, the child is with an uncle, auntie, someone looking after the child, and for whatever reason, this carer, who is not the parent, and sometimes the parent as well, have done something that has caused a child to suffer significant harm, that needs to be reported to a LADO as a matter of course. Also, if a person is closely associated with someone in their personal life, e.g., a partner, member of their family, or other household members who may present a risk of harm to a child or to children for whom the member of staff is responsible in their employment or in their volunteering actions. So it's really important. I'll read that again. It's if a person, now this is when you have to refer something to a LADO. Also, if that person is so closely associated with someone in their private personal lives, e.g., for example, a partner, a member of their family, or other household member who may present a risk of harm to a child or to children for whom the member of staff is responsible in their employment or in their volunteering actions. So I hope that is clear. I think it's important also for us to look at this as well, because when something comes to the LADO, there's certain strands that we need to bear in mind. So 3 strands that need to be in consideration in an allegation. 1, is the police involved? Is there a police investigation? Has an allegation been made to the police about a possible criminal offense of one nature or the other? Then there's also the consideration of, is there an inquiries ongoing with children's services? Is there an assessment ongoing in relation to children's services about a child associated with that person or indirectly with that person? And it raises the issue of whether a child is in need of protection or in need of services. Another consideration that has to be borne in mind when such an allegation comes up is consideration by an employer of disciplinary action in respect of the individual. I mean, there may be other consideration, but I think these 3 are quite key. Now, what is the responsibility of a LADO? What is it? Well, let's just go through some of the responsibilities of a LADO. Number 1, the responsibility of the LADO includes providing advice, information, and guidance to employers and voluntary organization around allegations and concerns regarding paid and unpaid workers. Another responsibility of the LADO is managing and overseeing individual cases from all partner agencies, and partner agencies know themselves, so we're not going to delve into that in this video. The LADO is also responsible for ensuring that the child's voice is heard and that they are safeguarded. Another responsibility of the LADO is ensuring there is a consistent, fair and thorough process for all adults working with children and young people against whom an allegation is made. So there has to be consistency in that investigation as part of the role of the LADO. The LADO is also responsible for monitoring the progress of cases to ensure they are dealt with as quickly as possible without undue delay. The LADO is also tasked with making recommending a referral where appropriate, and chairing the strategy meeting in cases where the allegation requires investigation by police, or sometimes maybe a single investigation involving only the social care department of a local authority. We need to bear in mind also that the LADO will be involved from the initial phase of the allegation throughout the investigation through to the conclusion of that particular case. The LADO should be available to discuss any concerns and to assist any person involved in deciding whether they need to make a referral, and even the LADO needs to decide whether to make a referral to whichever agency it deems appropriate, and or whether there is a need for an organization to take any immediate management action to protect a child. I hope you have found this useful, this discussion we've had today on the LADO, the roles of the LADO, and key consideration in investigation that involves LADO, let me know, and let me know what you think. This update has been provided to you by Tina Do Children Law Updates to ensure that children are properly safeguarded, to ensure that they have a proper childhood. Please let me know what you think about this discussion in the comments below, and if you have not yet done so, please hit the subscribe button. Please make sure you do so. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you all so much. Please make your comments known below. Thank you. Bye.